what's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some...
Not your skill at bargaining.
No deal.
Jesus Christ. What happened to you?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to I'll Be Right Back. Horror with Nadia presents another episode of Horror Tuesdays, where I discuss all news in the horror genre. Before we get into it, please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment for me for the algorithm gods. And also, if you would like to support the channel in any way, I do have a link in the description where you can buy me a cup of that sweet, sweet bean juice. That'll help me keep on going. Now, let's get into the news. So the first thing I want to talk about is that there is a new horror movie from the creators of Terrifier. That being said, as some of you know, I have a love-hate relationship with Terrifier. I have seen the prequel, I've seen the short film, and I've seen the first one. I have not seen the second one. I don't know yet if I like it or not. I keep kind of going back and forth. I have a very interesting line with gore, where I love gore, like Evil Dead, like really cool. Cronenberg, pustule horror gore, like where it's like pus and like, no, I'm not a fan. Terrifier, the shock value of the gore and the horror, I don't know. I felt like it needed a little bit more meat to the story. I can appreciate it as being somebody who used to work on low budget films and indie films and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if it's my cup of tea. I don't get the obsession. And those of you that have that like weird, like freaky obsession with art, like, you know who listen, you know who I'm talking to. That's weird. That's a weird thing. I mean, I get it, but I don't. Anyway, getting into the news, brought to you by Blood Disgusting, which I love this site. They don't sponsor me, but I do love this site for a lot of the horror news I get from. Terrifier teams up with a new horror movie. Stream gets a trailer debut at the Days of the Dead in July, which actually I do have the official like teaser trailer pulled up that we can watch together. I don't know if this is going to be also my cup of tea, but while we wait for Terrifier 3 this coming October from Cineverse and Bloody Disgusting, the team's next horror movie, Stream, is headed to theaters in August. And they're going to debut the big trailer during the Days of the Dead Indianapolis convention, which is pretty cool. Director Michael Levy, I hope I'm saying that right. Stream comes from Fuzz on the Lens Productions, with the film's makeup effects being handled by Terrifier 1 and 2 director Damien Leon. That's cool. That's cool. I can appreciate that. I will say, Terrifier, I can appreciate the effects. Having worked in special effects for such a long time, I can appreciate it and the practical of it. I just don't know if it's for me. Maybe after watching the second one, I can make a decision on it. There are a bunch of big names in this. The cast is stacked. We've got Tony Todd from Candyman, Jeffrey Combs, Reanimator. We've got David Howard Thornton, Terrifier 2, obviously. A lot of big names in this, which is pretty cool. I don't know. Where is the concept of it? I did not see that when I was watching this. Oh, here we go. In this film, as the Keans try to bring their family closer together, they're unwillingly enter themselves into a game of life or death, with 4 deranged killers patrolling the halls of their hotel, competing for the most creative kills, and the odds are definitely stacked up against them. Okay, kind of gives me a little bit of a Stranger's vibes. Kind of. A little bit. The mask thing is pretty cool. Shall we watch the trailer? Teaser trailer? I think we should. All right, let me pull it up. And hopefully it'll let me share it. Okay. All right, here we go.
We can't trust anybody here. Any one of them could be in on this. Whatever this is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we are running a game. Our game, I admit, is a rather unusual one, but I can assure you that it will be far more entertaining than anything you have ever been a part of.
The masks are pretty cool. Interesting. I'm interested.
So, buckle up. Let's.
I think I might like this better than Terrifier. But I say this by this being just a teaser trailer. Let's try it out a little bit. Oh.
Although it doesn't really apply in this situation because your curiosity has no bearing on whether you live or you die. Just how painful it's going to be. Showtime!
So I think I would enjoy this, basically because there's meat to the story, and I feel like Terrifier 1 didn't have much meat to the story of it. It's just like a deranged demon entity clown killing people, where I would like to know a little bit more of the lore. I get it in the short film, there's a little bit touches to it, but I don't know. This sounds up my jam. I am Oh, it froze at this one part. Really? Ugh, the YouTube gods. Here, let's see if it'll play for me. Nope. All right. Oh,
It got me. Means points on the board.
It got me. How did it get me? That's hilarious. I would be interested to check it out. I think it would be kind of cool to see a different take with these guys, like in their film biography. You know what I mean. You get what I'm putting down. What do you think of it? Are you going to check it out? I know I will probably get people in my comments saying, but Nadia, Terrifier is so good. What's wrong with you? I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm just not a fan. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Let's keep it judging. All right, moving on. We have a new movie coming out by Stephen King, which is kind of why I'm wearing my custom Stephen King jacket. There's a really cool patch on the back of it. Let me pull up that article as well. Here we go. And The Monkey, a Stephen King horror film. All right. I like Stephen King. I have a ton of his first edition books. I love, I've read pretty much all of them. There's a couple missing that I haven't read. I understand Stephen King can't end a story. This is factual. It's okay. We can be fans. We can be fans of stuff, right? So this is based off the short story by Stephen King, and I believe it's in, where is it? It's in one of the short story collection novels, which Skeleton Crew, which I recommend, highly recommend. I think I actually like his short story compilations versus like the long novels. But granted, The Stand is one of my favorite books. I really wish they could do a proper screen adaptation of it. I know the old TV adaptation of it was okay, and then the latest one that came out, I think 2018, 19, I don't know, a couple of years ago, it was really bad. I would love to see not a perfect, but a closer adaptation to the book. But again, there's some things that Stephen King writes about that maybe can't adapt on the screen. And if you know that scene from it, you know what I'm talking about. So The Monkey is a short horror story that appeared in Skeleton Crew, 1985 collection that also featured The Mist. That movie's great. The Jaunt, The Raft, Survivor Type, The Reach. All these stories. Recommend. You read them. Really do. Theo James stars along the side. In The Monkey, when twin brothers Hal and Bill discover their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start occurring around them. The brothers decide to throw the monkey away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. But when the mysterious deaths begin again, the brothers must unite to find a way to destroy the monkey for good before it takes the lives of everyone close to them. And this is pretty creepy. I will say the marketing is pretty good so far with the creepy little monkey toy in it. These antique toys creep me out. Am I the only one? They really do. They creep me out, especially antique dolls. I cannot. Glass dolls, porcelain dolls. They're just soulless entities that just creep me out. I have a big problem with dolls. Do you as well? Comment below. Let me know. Do you like porcelain dolls? Do you collect porcelain dolls? I bet there's somebody out there. Hopefully I'll eventually reach them that is watching like, hey, yes, I collect porcelain dolls. Just like that one Seinfeld episode where they're just stacked across my wall. Totally game. Okay. Cool. Everybody collects things. I collect books. Somebody collects porcelain dolls. But I'm actually pretty excited for this February 2025. The last pretty good King movie, I think, was the It Chapters 1 and 2 were pretty close adaptations to it in the latest. I did like The Outsider, HBO's The Outsider series. I think actually, for once, the series is actually better than the book. It was pretty good. I'm rewatching the Mr. Mercedes series right now because I don't think I actually seen season 3 of it. So and it's been a long time since, so I'm kind of trailing back through it. But comment below. Are you excited? Are you a King head as well? What is your favorite Stephen King book? All right, so moving on, we're gonna talk. I know I've talked about this in the last couple of Horror Tuesday episodes, but everybody knows the Winnie the Pooh verse happening. The Pooh-verse. Pooh-verse? I don't know. Whatever. I've seen the first one, actually liked it. I can appreciate it. As somebody who used to work in films and low budget stuff like that, I can definitely appreciate what they were going for. I am actually pretty excited to see the second one. It's available to stream, but there's like a whole universe that they're opening up with all these IPs that are now available to the public. I think Pinocchio is one of them, but one of them, which is my like favorite fairy tale story, I guess, that I grew up with, is the Peter Pan. So there was released a poster for the Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare. And I think I've pointed it out before. Right here behind me in this case is actually a first edition, first print of the Peter and Wendy books. It's a very old book. It's actually falling apart, so that's why it's in a special plastic case. My husband bought me for 1 year. So as you can see, I'm a big Peter and Wendy fan. I don't think they've ever really adapted Peter Pan correctly in a live action. I'm not including the Disney animations. Hook, I really enjoy, but I think Hook is a different genre, and we're here to talk about horror. So let's pull up this poster for the Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare. I think it's pretty dope. Like, I know the whole like multiple head thing is a very common thing in posters lately, but I think it works here. I think the creepiness, I like the almost, I don't know, circusy kind of vibes it gives, which makes me interested to see where the story is going to take place. This Tonio is an extreme darker film to the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. When dealing with children being abducted, it felt right. All the films from our Poohverse felt different from the last. So for this one, so if this one isn't for you, maybe you'll like the next one. Peter Pan is the most vicious out of all of them. He's twisted, cruel, and cunning. That is true. There is a theory, but I get or not, that Peter Pan is actually the villain of the story and Hook is the hero. He's trying to save the Lost Boys, where Peter's the villain trying to keep them. There's like a whole. I'm sure there's a Reddit about it, finding out. But I would be very intrigued to see how this goes. I know Bambi is the other one, right? Bambi the Reckoning, Pinocchio the Unstrung, Peter Pan. Heck yeah, man! And I like that most of these films, well, probably all of them, due to the budget, uses practical effects on it. I hope the Poohverse gets bigger and bigger. More IPs are added to it. Are you excited for this one? Have you seen the Winnie the Pooh? I know it was hit or miss for people, but I believe the second one was a little bit better. I'm excited to see that one. So. All right, so we're going to move on to a really cool news article that my good friend Horror Amarada had posted, and I was like, oh, I had not seen the news on this. But I guess James Wan has an upcoming H.P. Lovecraft movie. News to me. Let's pull this up. This is from Screen Rant. So James Wan upcoming Lovecraft movie already has a worthy rival adaptation, which is interesting. James Wan, the upcoming Lovecraft movie, already seems to be facing some rivalry from another horror adaptation. So we all know James Wan, Conjuring, Aquaman, Insidious, Malignant, which I think I need to give that a second watch, because after my first watch of it, I was like, how ridiculous is this movie? I don't know if I really like this. But in talking to a friend of mine, it's like, it's an appreciation for that type of genre of movie. I'm like, okay, maybe I should go back and see if I like it. Maybe my expectations were just way too high for it being a James Wan movie, and not that I need to lower it, but need to appreciate it for where it is at. I don't know. James himself teased his adaptation of The Call of Cthulhu is going to be a hard sell because of the nature of the idea of Lovecraftian stories. Yes, it's very hard to adapt. I think Lovecraft stories straight from the page to screen. There have been a couple cool example adaptations, so I think they listed it here: Annihilation, Panless, and The Mouth of Madness. Really great movies, but they're not like pure adaptations from the book itself, Color from Outer Space. So it's going to be really hard for him to just take what's on the page, in my opinion, and then adapt it to the screen. HP's a little weird, and great stories. Recommend the read, but it's a little weird. But I like these concept pieces of art. They're pretty cool. I don't know why there's a snake. They're really cool. I don't know. But I feel out of anybody, it would be either Del Toro or him or Juan to make a HP. Actually, I think Del Toro would be better at it. I believe he was like moving forward with it, but it got scrapped or something. I think he would definitely be better for that type. No offense to Juan. I mean, I like his movies. But he is doing The Dredge, which seems to be a better chance of working with a Lovecraftian movie. May approach the story the right way, but The Dredge seems, interesting. I like H.P. Lovecraft. I think it's Lovecraft County on HBO. Is loosely kind of based, but that's where I was introduced to Jonathan Majors. On it, I liked the series. It's based off a book too. H.P. Lovecraft's got a lot of problematic past, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you a Cthulhu fan? Do you like H.P. Lovecraft? Do you think it would be adapted properly? Comment below. All right, moving on. Now, as of recording this, obviously I record prior to Tuesday edit upload. There is a new A24 movie coming out. The trailer for it is actually going to be releasing, I believe, the day this will be uploaded. It's called Heretic, which I like the premise of it. So A24, which A24, Blumhouse, Neon, all great. Like they all have really great horror movies under their belts as a production company. And in the wake of The Quiet Place, which well, actually, I can plug it now. I will actually have a Quiet Place review uploaded this week prior to the new movie that I will be going to see on Thursdays, and then hopefully getting a review for that movie out as well. So Heretic, which has Hugh Grant, which I thought was interesting in a horror movie. Why not? Sophia Thatcher and Chloe East. So where is the description? I like the something about the poster. I like it. I don't know. Something is drawing me to it. Where's the description to it? I just saw it, and of course. Right in front of me. Two missionaries become ensnared in a deadly game of cat and mouse after they knock on the wrong door. I like the simplicity of the concept. I think they could go pretty far with it. Again, I haven't seen the trailer. It's going to be released when this is uploaded. Maybe I'll do a first reaction. I don't know. But I usually like A24. And again, the poster, I don't know why I question everything. I wonder what the blueberry pie scented candle has to do with it. I think I'm game. Right. And then moving on. I know I've talked about this a couple of times, the new Alien Romulus movie that's coming out. There was another new article that came out saying that they are going back to practical effects as much as they can, which is great. Again, I have a special effects background. I used to work in films for that stuff. I think practical effects. I think CGI is the big. I understand the use of CGI as a post edit. If something doesn't work well on set, but what irks me the most is like everything has to be done with CGI, especially like CGI blood. CGI blood just looks horrible. New Alien film does one thing Hollywood no longer does. This is from the Metro Entertainment, and I believe they just confirmed. And I think I discussed this in a couple episodes back about it. that they basically tried to use special. If it can be done practical, it will be done practical, which is great. I think that should be a rule of thumb for anything that has, whether it's a horror movie, sci-fi, fantasy. I think if it can be done practical, do it practical. If it doesn't work out, fix it in post with CGI. That's where CGI should be helping you. CGI shouldn't be the main focus of it. So meaning there's no green screens on set. I love. It's one of the reasons why I liked the D&D movie that came out last year or the year before, Honor Among Thieves, because they were on set, like on site. Like they actually went to locations to film it instead of just doing it mostly behind their in front of a green screen. Limited CGI, even down to CGI shots of the spaceship, which are scans of handmade miniatures. Thank you, Jesus. I am so glad that there is somewhat of a movement going back into practical effects. It just looks better, and I think it lasts longer. I go back and I watch 80s horror films, 90s horror films, and there are some of them that the practical effects look better than what the CGI effects do in some not common, but current horror movies or current movies in general. One, for instance, which is by far one of my favorite movies of all time, The Thing. Kurt Russell, so good. I watched it the other day. And I'm like, man, these effects hold up so much better than some of these like more modern day sci-fi horror movies. And I think people should move back to it. And I believe, and somebody could correct me, I believe it's cheaper to actually do the practical effects than the actual CGI. Boggles my mind. I was like thinking studios would want to save on money, but in the vein of this, I have not seen Alien. I have not seen Aliens. Neither of them. Not seen anything in the Alien franchise. I'm terrified of aliens. I have a very big phobia of them. I don't know why. Chalk it up to maybe I saw E.T. too young. I don't know. That being said, I actually plan on doing my first ever watch parties probably before this movie comes out, because I want to see it before this, because I believe it leads into it's the two of them, and then it leads into this third one. I'm going to do 2 different watch parties. I'm going to do a watch party of Alien, and I'm going to do a watch party of Alien. So please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, follow me on social media. I will post soon what date it'll be for both of those. Again, it'll probably be somewhere late July, maybe mid-July, just before these 2 movies come out. Come on and join. What we'll do is that I'll hit play. I'll have like a little timer showing where we're at in the movie. I'll be live streaming, obviously, and we'll be able to chat and talk about it. Or you can watch me basically be terrified and crying the whole time. Your choice. But please, again, hit that like and subscribe. You'll get a notification about it here soon. And then moving on, one thing right before I was getting ready, I have two things left to talk about today. And one of them, I was like getting ready to film, and I was like, oh, this popped up on my feed. And we all know I'm a huge Scream fan. I love Scream. It's one of my favorite franchises. All of them have a special place in my heart. And I thought this was great. Let me pull this up. So we have Scream News. Let's pull this up here. Yeah, it's official. And this is from Scream News. I don't know how official Scream News on Twitter is, but let's take it. It's official. Roger L. Jackson confirmed that he is returning as Ghostface's voice for Scream 7. Fantastic, and I love this line. Roger L. Jackson, when asked what his favorite Scream movie was, he replied, "Number 7, because it still means I'm working." Beautiful. I love it. I think it's so well done. I think I can play this. Let's see if this will let me.
Not everybody loves sequels, if you had to choose, I guess question goes to each one of you, which one would be your favorite Scream sequel? That was
7. 7. Oh, yeah, I go with Lee. Number 7.
not everybody loves.
I think it's great. So I'm excited for 7. I know a lot of people aren't. I was on a stream, I believe a week or 2 ago on my buddy Paulie's channel, talking about the first 3 of them. Again, they all hold a special place in my heart. I'm really excited to see where 7 was going. Initially, when Christopher Landon was supposed to direct it, but this kind of like warms me up to it. Let's go. It's a fun popcorn movie. We don't got to think about it. Let's just go. All right. And the last thing I want to talk about is I know in the news there was the big details of the Universal Epic Universe, what they're doing at the park. And I avoided spoilers of the trailer that they had put out for it because I wanted to watch it with you folks today. So we're going to watch the Universal Studios Epic Park, and let's see how they're giving Disney a run for their money. Let's see if I can bring the volume down. Ooh. Okay. And this is concept art, but this is pretty cool. Wait, go. What are we doing here? Oh, love it. The design is so cool. Wow. I really hope this is what it's going to physically look like too. Universal's like, Disney who? Cool rides. I would be interested to see if they expand on Harry Potter World, because that's my jam. Love Harry Potter, horror and Harry Potter, and D&D, all three of them. Okay, cool. This is dope. Okay. The Burning Blade Tavern. Are they gonna have it like on fire the whole time? Wow. So before I did special effects, I did like scenic design and set pieces and stuff, and I'm amazed by this. This looks so cool. I'll be there. 100%. I'll make the trip to Florida. Why not? Who knows? All right. That is all I have for the news today. Thank you, everybody who checked out today's Horror Tuesday. Again, please hit that like and subscribe button. I drop a video every Tuesday on horror news. My Quiet Place review will be out before Thursday, and then hopefully I'll have a review of Quiet Place 2. And then I know I will be uploading a Nosferatu trailer reaction. I have not seen the trailer yet, so I'm excited for that. I think that will be my movie of the year. Until next time, folks, I hope everybody has a great day and stay spooky, y'all.